Hey, so Timothy Darrell Young, BSMPA, Oregonian. Bloodline from here to Charlemagne, born a day before the sign of the beast on the Christian calendar, 6606. 11 years to the day after Bobby Kennedy was shot. I was born June 5th to an Irish family. Ended up getting into politics and as a young man in my 20s. Read about the Kennedy family, shit, and we had similar politics. My life's like Erie, Indiana, a sitcom from the late 90s, all the EMF perp fake people around me. Satanism. So let's go over some of the terms for the Satanism in every voice for the half consciousness, subconsciousness, AI, human, reptilian, it doesn't matter. US based, from the Queen's England, doesn't matter. Satellites, cell phone towers, chips, implants, real people, it doesn't matter. 15 years. What do these voices mean? And then even whole people that are faked in front of me and then their real human bodies are in another location is what Kevin Christian has described. In all of this, same plot to enslave every man, woman, and child, mind, body, and soul. But let's talk about their Satanism. All of that. Gang stalkers. Fusion centers. The brown shoe revisited. Nazism. Their Satanism, it's really important, particularly if you're a TI, that you understand the verbiage of what they're doing to you. So some of the most destructive, suicide-inducing, painful, immoral, evil that you can get with voice-to-skull input, remote neural monitoring off a satellite, perps that just have consciousnesses that they two-dimensionally beam into here to torture me, use very few words, no more than 6 or 8, and then repeat them. Satanic repeaters, used for sin, to misjudge for sin, derange over sin, and cause suicide, and slow kill. And then you're not able to really think about other things as well when you're getting satanic repeaters in your head. 15 years of those. Satanic suggesters are the same 6 to 8 words, but it's not repeated. But to like lead into sin, misjudge for sin, to range over it, make you suffer. So satanic repeaters and suggesters of voices directly into my consciousness. So they're beaming the Satanism into my mind for torture 24 hours a day. It's just when I'm asleep, I'm not aware of it because my consciousness is some other place. And then they're extracting my worth as a top 1%er in some intellectual pursuits globally, covertly for 15 years. And then they'll do satanic repeaters saying, we're never admitting we're stealing from you, for like 3 years. The same satanic repeater that comes in and out of their program for my torture. And they'll do like street theater. They'll have gang stalkers in communities, like in Portland, maybe even Seaside when I was there. I don't know if the satanic repeater was used in Redmond, maybe not, but it's all part of their Satanism. And they're not only stealing everything about me, shit, they tried to steal my DNA and an essence of male extraction. They're trying to get me to commit suicide over the sin of it using a satanic repeater. And they think they're Jesus or something. I'm serious. And it's no small operation. They want you to think it's a small group of gang stalkers. There's probably about 5 million gang stalkers in the US in 2019. getting paid like $35 an hour to put satanic repeaters in a graduate student's head from the U of O so he can't do more productive things with his life, among other Satanism. So satanic repeaters and suggesters. All of those 1.5 million Americans out of Blackwater estimates are in satanic rapture. There is no God among us. Globally, you're all false. You got black Swiss cheese hole exits and endless slavery and lives like mine for the last 15 years. Welcome to the not real world, because it's not a real world. The cosmos is a hologram, you fucking morons. It's just how you define the word. Gradations of illusion. Musk did the math for me. David Icke was not just crazy all those years. And you needed to turn off your fucking televisions. Okay. Satanic misdirection. I've talked about this now. There's a kid who killed his parents over satanic misdirection recently in Oregon because they were misdirection. It wasn't his real mom talking in his head with synthetic telepathy, my life for the last 15 years. And then when the perp got done doing it to the kid, he took it out on the real mom and dad. And that guy sits free, bouncing off a satellite, smoking meth, making $35 an hour. Sanctioned by the police department. Working with the military and like CIA systems and shit. So that's satanic misdirection, satanic repeaters, satanic suggesters. Nano thieving, I've described. I guess my brain is powering Twitter accounts on the internet, maybe even in an AI way. Satanic repeaters, suggesters, nano thieving, satanic misdirection, satanic mimicry also. There's also, I should drop some of this and be like, as somebody who's played some team sports and, if you want to go snowboarding to learn to be better at snowboarding, you go with a really good snowboarder. Like there is some mimicry of me that isn't satanic. That's actually a term for warfare. It's used for combat and some things that other TIs who've studied the gang stalker end would know more than I. But it's Satanism. I can't even get a blue check mark on Jack's group of words, and I literally invented the newspaper comment section in 2004, and it was nano-thieved from me and other crimes. Way to speak truth to power is a very intuitive move. If I wouldn't have invented it, somebody else would have, probably. Eventually. I was just the first. So, repeaters, suggesters, nano-thieving, misdirection, mimicry, satanic pride. They have cheat advantages over reality itself, over satellites. Like in some ways, they feel like they can't lose. Gives them a little pride over the human condition. And then it's Satan to misjudge and torture, devil to deceive, and antichrist individually and as a group. For every partial consciousness, AI, gang stalker, EMF perp, real person, reptilian, it doesn't matter. 1,400 of these consciousnesses, separate ones by appearance over 15 years. All of them is what they are. The kids walking around with voices in their heads, people taking $35 an hour to smear somebody because they think they're helping out the community. What are other terms for their Satanism? Nano-thieving, crimes against creation, it all is. Misdirection, mimicry, satanic toppers. Oh man, like everything that's using brain-computer interface to put everything into me and then extracting my worth out of it too, into like my brain's powering the local television in Hillsboro by appearance. It's illusion, but that's Satanism. Garbage in, garbage out. That's a satanic top. From here to the end of time, and I mean literally anything that ever has said it was, is, or my God is a satanic top. It's probably an EMF gang stalker, single human, and their bodies in the equivalent of Howard Circle's analogy or allegory or algebra equation between what's going on with Kevin Christian in Atlanta and what's going on with me in Oregon or in Georgia. He's got a finger he can point to and learned from them. The perp stuff that he's disclosed is invaluable to TI. He's really done a good service for us getting tortured. He's not doing the torturing. But I don't have a Howard Circle to point to. I have about 1,400 perpetrators in and outside of my mind for 15 years that if this is the second copy of Earth, not only deserve never-ending torture, will get it at and after moments of death. If that's true, I'm the meanest motherfucker in the world to them. Fusion Center employees, oh man, I know the types. Have them hurt forever at the end of a pointy spike from central blackiest at and after your moments of death. Forever is what the Christian equivalent means to all this monkey shit you've been doing to me and 1.5 million TI for the last however many years, 15 for me. I may have forgotten some of the terms for this warfare. But if you've ever used a satanic repeater to me in 15 years, I don't care who you think your daddy is. It's forever torture at and after moments of death. I pledge and I hope and pray I'm never going to pledge allegiance to the U.S. Satan or the world Satan or any other Satanism. And I'm not a perpetrator. But that's my hope and prayer and wish. And, you know, who sent the implants, if it's just talking to me from a chip in my body, who's bouncing off the satellite, all the patsy systems. Every deception in the world is rendered inert if it's a second copy of Earth. And Elon Musk literally did the math for me to prove that we're in a simulated reality. It's not just my fucking opinion, morons. Besides that, the rest of you, I love you. I'm just tortured. I want to get you out of incarnating here. So I can't pledge allegiance to Satan because I work against it 24 hours a day.